Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I know this is a little later than it should have been, but finally got around to it, and we finally have episode 2 of the Versus series, and this is between OpTic Clayster and Complexity Aches. If you look at all these little tweets that are popping up right now, and I say tweets because I'm a liar, I meant to say YouTube comments, but this was a pretty popular choice, and I figured, well, let's do it now. You know, let's get it out of the way. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're just picking OpTic because they're OpTic and Complexity because they're Complexity. It's like, no, this is what you guys wanted, and that's what I'm going to give you. So, start with a little backstory of James Clayster Eubanks. He's been playing competitive COD since 2007. Started to get some notoriety in 2009 with Modern Warfare 2. Obviously, you guys know he had a crazy amount of success with Complexity in the Black Ops 2 era. But he's played for a handful of teams. He played for OpTic Nation, he played for Roughnecks, Thrust, Unite, obviously Complexity, and then Team Caliber, and now he's back on OpTic. And he's hoping to bring home a championship for them. So, I'm hoping he can do that with their new roster. I mean, Scump, Nade, Clayster, and Embos. I mean, it's a good-looking roster. Now let's get into some pros and cons regarding Clayster. So, let's just start off with some good things. Obviously, he has got probably the best AR in the game. I don't know what it is. He's got a very special shot, and he's very knowledgeable. He always knows where people are going to be. His shot is pretty much always on point. He doesn't seem to miss. And I feel like I'm going to repeat some of the things I say a lot because a lot of these players, like I mentioned in the first episode, they're very talented. So you'll have to bear with me on that a little bit. But next thing, he's probably, I'm not even going to say probably, I'm going to say he's the best hype man in the game. He knows how to get a team going and just hyped up and ready to win better than anybody out there. And it makes him such a strong leader with, you know, his vocal skills and how easily he can just pump anybody up. I mean, when you watch him play, you get pumped yourself. It's really bizarre, like how he does that. If you're able to hear him, that is. If you're not able to hear the in-game talking, it kind of sucks because he's actually a really fun player to listen to. Another thing, obviously, he has numerous championships, so he's got plenty of championship experience. He knows how to work under pressure. He knows how to win, and he knows how to bring home that W. And that's all. That's one of the things he wants. I mean, that's a very, very big thing on his list. People may say that's not because he joined OpTic, and he even tweeted it was kind of a business decision. But when you take off, school and all this stuff, you need to find a way to balance, making good money and also winning championships. And joining OpTic is that thing. And he wants to win a championship for them. So, and lastly, I know I kind of already mentioned it, but he can lead teams. With his vocal skills, I really got to stop saying I just realized I said that a bunch of times. I feel like Scumpy. But his vocal skills are just amazing. They really are. And you don't see, there's not a lot of players that can do that, but he's one of the special ones that can, and it's really nice to see that. So a couple things regarding cons anyway. One, comes off very cocky, but when you win that many tournaments, it's kind of hard not to. I mean, it really is hard not to. I don't know how you don't. I really don't. But, I mean, personally for me, I don't know if that kind of thing would affect me because I try to be as humble as humanly possible, but who knows. And lastly, I was thinking about it, and there's a possibility that because his YouTube channel are already over 100K since he joined OpTic, he posts like every day, and some of you, that might make you wonder, will that affect his game in the long run? Will he be more focused on YouTube than winning championships? Who knows, but we'll have to see. So now we're going to move on to Complexity Aches, everyone's favorite player to hate. Yep. We all know who he is. Now let's start with a little background for him as well. He has been playing competitive COD since Call of Duty 4 days. Started seeing really good success, really big success when he was on Quantic Leverage with Scumpy. And he, from then on, has been a crazy good player. I mean, especially when Black Ops 2 came out, because he just couldn't... There's just something about him that he can lead a team in a way that most... I think he, in the long run, he is the best leader for a team because of his attitude. He knows how to... He's really weird. Like, he knows how to get into people's heads on his team, and he really knows how to pump people up. Not so much... I mean, he's kind of got that hype man role now because Clayster's not there, so he's a leader and the hype man. And he is just one of those players that really shocks you when he plays. It's really bizarre. So let's get into a handful of things here. Obviously, we'll start off with the pros. Amazing submachine gun. I think he, as far as MSMC goes in Black Ops 2 days, he had probably one of the best shots, aside from Miracles. I think Miracles probably had the best submachine gun shot. But he's pretty far up there with being an amazing submachine gun player. Next, like I mentioned a little while ago, he's an amazing in-game leader. He's an amazing captain. He's a loudmouth, but he can really get under the other team's skin, and he really knows how to get into his own players' heads and make them just want that win more than anything. It's amazing. He's another one of those players, too, that I think I just slurred the word another. I'm not drunk, I swear. But he can go off at a moment's notice. When he wants to go off, he's going to go off. Because he always wants to be that player, that X factor in the game where he's like, yep, that was me. We won because of me. And he can almost do that whenever he feels like it. And another thing about him is that he feeds off of the hate and the backlash he gets from fans, especially OpTic fans. And he uses that to his advantage. A lot of people that would bother, it doesn't work that way with him. If anything, trash-talking him just makes him that much better of a player. And that's a scary thing when people can turn that into a positive thing. So let's go for a couple cons here. Obviously, another player, very cocky, very loudmouth, which is kind of a pro and con because it helps him, but it can piss a lot of people off. But he can be extremely rude. He was pretty rude at UMG Philly when he was sitting right next to Clayster. When he stood after Clayster got sniped, and he pointed at Karma and he was like, "This is why you got dropped." Blah blah blah. Like that kind of thing is a bit ridiculous, if you ask me. I wasn't even a fan of that, but. And another thing is, he doesn't really seem to ever blame himself. It's always everyone else around him that kind of screws up. So, yeah. All in all, I'm going to go with Aches on this one if I had to pick a player. And I know people are going to call me crazy, but at the end of the day, if I want to win, and if that's the only thing I care about, that would be who I would go with. I don't know, personality-wise, we would probably clash, but if I could set that aside and just be like, yep, I'm doing this for the W, I would have to pick Aches. It's another really tough one, a very, very hard decision, because either way, you can't go wrong, but I'm going to go with Complexity Aches. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me because I didn't pick OpTic, and I know I'm going to get dislikes for that, but you got to look at it from an objective standpoint and what means more to you in the long run. So for me, if I was playing competitive COD, it would be about winning those championships. And if I were to look at it from a logical standpoint, I would have to go with Aches. He is the best leader in this game, and he would be the person to help me attain that goal. So I'm going to go with Aches. Very, very close, though. I mean, like I said, it's one of those situations where you pretty much can't go wrong, and Clayster's an amazing player, and, you know, at the end of the day, I wish both of these players the best of luck in whatever they do, and whatever they do in tournaments, their YouTubes, everything. Because at the end of the day, these guys are entertaining us for free. they're the ones putting in these absurd amount of hours into this game to become better than anybody that plays the game and really entertain everybody. So, thanks for watching. Let me know who you guys would pick to be on your team, or yeah, that works. Who would you pick? Would it be OpTic Clayster, or would it be Complexity Aches? I'm gonna get out of here. I'm about to pass out because this video is very long. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.